Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to draft a basic body pattern. As a beginner, I already have a video there, but I'm taking this time to also do everything including the breast dart. Do you get it? Okay, so I have this here we are going to use. So what you need in drafting is your larger part of your measurement. The larger part of your measurement divided by 4 plus your allowance at least 2 inches. Do you get it? And so the larger part is hip, because basic body drafting is from shoulder to the hip. Shoulder to the hip. So the hip divided by 4, I added 2 inches to it. And so the hip is 36. 36 divided by 4 is going to be 9. And then I added 2, and that's 11. Okay, and then here, this one we are going to use this for the back. This is going to be for the back. You get the same measurement, but I added 2.258, and so 2.25 for zip allowance. You can make the zip allowance between 1 to 2 inches. Do you get it? Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to place our lines on it. Okay, so from here is going, and so from here is going to be our shoulder. So we are going to get a shoulder to bust, and the shoulder to bust is 10. We will add half to it and make it 10.5. Then we are going to get shoulder to waist. The shoulder to waist is 16. We will add half to it for it to be 16.5. In drafting, you can decide to place it exactly as 16. When you place it on your fabric, then you add all your allowances to it, but I'm doing everything together. And then from here, we are going to get the hip. And so from the waist, we'll measure 9. So we are going to measure 9 here. And that is exactly here. And so we have 1 inch to serve as extra allowance. Okay, so we are going to, okay, so let me place the same thing also here. So let's try and get the lines exactly on the back also. And so we have here, we have here, and we have here. Do you get it? Okay, so I have the dots here that will join. As a beginner, it's very important to know basic body pattern, because it is through this that you know how to cut straight dress, how to cut your top and all that. So it's very important. From this pattern, you can do a lot of things from it, or you can do a lot of things with it. That is, you can manipulate it to get different things. So it's very important to know basic body pattern. Okay, so at the end of the day, it is the measurement divided into 4. So this is one part of the front. Do you get it? One part of the front, and this is one part of the back. Do you get it? Yes. And so this is where the neck will be, because this is where your zip is going to be. So the neck is going to be at this side, and this is where your armhole will be. So from here, you are going to place your back measurement. Now, if you don't know your measurement, how to take measurement, I'm going to leave a video there for you to watch. Okay, so the back measurement you are using is 14. 14, we'll divide it into 2, and that is going to be 7. Do you get it? 7. And then because you add sleeve to it, you add half into it for it to be 7.5. If you are making it sleeveless, then it's going to be just 7. So we are making it 7.5 here. Okay, and then from here we are going to place our armhole. The armhole we are using is 16. So 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. So this is where the 8 is. Do you get it? So from where your back ends plus the allowance, that is where you place your armhole. Hope you get it. Okay, so that we can get a straight line. And we are going to join this and this. After this, the next thing we are going to do is to get our neck width and our neck dip. Now the standard neck width is 3.5, That is the neck width. So if you don't understand neck width, neck deep, I'll leave a video there you can watch and you understand. I'll leave a link there. So we are making use of 3.5 here. That is the neck width. And then the neck deep, we are going to make uses of 3.5 for the front, and then the back is going to be 2 inches. You can make both front and back the same. You can decide that the front will go higher than the back. You can decide that the front will go higher, the back will go down, or the back will go up and the front will go down. However you want it, you can make it. So we are going to join this. So I'll come here also and then measure the 3.5 also here. And so we are going to draw a neck shape. You can draw any neck shape that you want. Square, if you are using square, this is okay. If you want round, you draw it. If you want U, if you want V. I have a video on basic neck shape, so I'll leave the link there for you to watch. So with this, we are going to make uses of just round. And so this is it, our neck shape. Okay, and we are going to draw the neck shape for the back too. Then we are going to draw our armhole shape. So armhole shape will come here. And from here, this is the shoulder, will come down by 1 inch at the shoulder point, and we are going to slant it. We are going to join it to the neck width here because our shoulder is not straight, it slants. And so that's the effect we are trying to create. Now from here, you are going to get your front armhole. This is back armhole. The front armhole is supposed to go in. You hear? So that when you do it that way and you sew the dress, you don't get any folding at your armhole, the front line. And so it has to go in a bit. So from here, you will measure what you have here, which is 7. Then you divide it into 2, and that's going to be 3.5. And so from here, you are going to come in this way, 0.5. That's 0.5. And then you're going to join this point to this, and then this to the curve here. Do you get it? Okay, so this is it for the neck and the armhole. I hope you understand up to this point. Next thing to do is to place your darts on it. That is your nipple to the nipple, from one nipple to the next nipple. If you don't know how to take it, I'll leave the link there for measurement. Please watch it. Okay, so you come to the bust line and then place the dart. The dart, when you measure, you divide it into 2 because this is 2 folded into 2. This is half of the front, this is half of the back, and so you divide the dart into 2. The dart we are using is 7 inches. Divided by 2 is going to be 3.5. Then the 3.5, you add half to it, and then it will be 4 inches. So you come to the waist, you measure the same 4 inches, and then come to the hip side, so you measure the same 4 inches also here. Do you get it? So this is it, you see, and I'm going to join it. Now at the hip side here, you come up by 2 inches, and that is where your dart is going to end. 2 inches. When the dart is exactly at the hip line, it's not beautiful, and so you come up by 2 inches. You get it? So that is where the dart is going to end. And then you come to the waistline here. You have to measure 1 inch at the waistline in order to get your dart. So you divide the 1 inch into 2, and that's going to be 0.5, 0.5. And so you place 0.5 here, then you place 0.5 here, and that will be it for the dart. So you will join it from here to this and from here to this. You can choose to use a straight ruler for it, or you use a curve. The curve, you can use it for only the front, do you get it, and not the back. So you are going to use a straight ruler for this. So this is it for the dart. So we have to get the back dart also. One of the easiest way to get the back dart is just place it like this, and then take your pin and then pin it through, trace it. You see, come here. This is a paper, so when you pin it, it will trace perfectly. But if it's a fabric, then you will leave the pin there like this. You get it? And then take another pin and pin it this way and leave it there. And then come here, pin this one too, leave it there. And then you come here, you pin this one too, you leave it there. So you pin this also, you leave it there. Then you will turn it this way, and then mark here. You see, that is if the fabric is, if the paper is folded into two, then it means you are going to mark it at the other side. But because this is only one, you don't really need to mark it here. Okay, so we'll just take it out this way. Okay, so you have the dots here, and then you are going to just mark it out. Do you get it? Now with the back dart, you go up. You will not leave it exactly at the bust point, you go up. And so you deduct 2 to 3 inches from your shoulder to bust. This one, shoulder to bust, is 10 plus half. So 10, you deduct 2 to 3 inches from it. So I deducted 3 inches, and that's going to be 7. And so 7, I will add half to it, and that's going to be 7.5. Do you get it? And that's where our back dart. The back dart is always supposed to be higher than the front dart. Okay. So we are going to join this. And so this is it for your back dart. So we'll place everything together before we cut it. So before the cutting, we are going to place our measurements on it. First, we are using is 32. 32 divided by 4 is going to be 8. So this is 8 plus 2, and that's going to give us 10 inches. Do you get it? Then we'll come to the waist. Waist measurement is 26. 26 divided by 2 is going to be, 26 divided by 4 is going to be 6.5. 6.5, you will add this 1 inch here, this dart here, you add it to it, because the moment you hold it, it's going to reduce it. So 6.5 plus 1 is going to be 7.5. Then you add your 2 inches, and that's going to be 1 to 9.5. Then you come to the hip, and then the hip is 36. So 36 divided by 2 is going to be 9. And then the 9, you add your 2 inches, and that is all. So the dart is only at the waist here, not the bust, and then not the hip. You get it? You come to the armhole here. The armhole is 16. That is divided by 2 is 8. And so you place your tape measure here, and then measure the 8. That is from the front armhole. You measure the 8. So this is where the 8 is. And then we'll add 1 inch to 8. So it's going to be here. Do you get it? Now, if you are placing this on a fabric, then make sure that you add 2 inches to the 8. So you don't mark just exactly 8, because at the end of the day, you are going to hold or sew the upper part here, which will reduce by ½ inch. And then if you are joining sleeve to it too, you add 1 to it. So even the 2 inches, make it 3 inches so that you get extra allowance. Okay. And so from there, we are going to join with our curve. You can use a straight ruler to do this. We are going to join. We are going to forget about this. So we'll join from the armhole here to the waist here. And then I'm going to join from the waist here to the hip line here. You can turn the curve this way, or you can also turn it this way when you get to the waist side, this way. And when you get from the waist to the hip, and then draw it this way. However, it will be okay. And so this is it for it. So when you place this on your fabric, then it means you are going to add the allowance. So from here, if you want a straight dress, then when you get this, you can extend the length. If you place this on your fabric, you will extend the length, that is to the, you will extend the length to the waist dress that you want. So from here, when you extend the length, then this is going to be straight. If you want pencil too, you do it in a pencil form. I have a video on how to make pencil dress, so I'll leave it there. And so this is, now we are going to do something at the zip line. We are going to do something at the zip line. Sometimes you sew a straight dress or a top, you fix your zip, and then you realize that the zip is not flat. So we are going to take something from there that will help the zip to be flat. Do you get it? And so from the back here, this is where the waist is. The point to the waist, at the waistline here, the line. Then let me join the hip one too. So at the back here, we are going to come in here by 0.5. You see 0.5 here. Do you get it? And then you come in here also by 0.5. The same thing. Let me place this one here. So 0.5 here. Do you get it? So the next thing you're going to do is to join it to here and then to here. Okay. So we are going to join it this way from the next side. And then we'll join it this way also. So this is it. Now you don't just cut it. Do you get it? So we are going to do this one also. Place it here. And then so this is it. So you come in here. So we just did this for you to understand. So at the end of the day, when you fix the zip, everything is going to lie flat. You don't need to cut here. Do you get? So you are going to cut it at this point. But when you are folding your zip line, remember you are going to fold it here. You are going to fold it here. Then we are also going to look at the armhole. How to make your armhole dart. How to make your armhole dart. And for the breast dart, you are going to divide from the armhole to the waistline. We are going to divide it into 2. And so I'll just place my tape measure here and then measure, and that is 8.5 and then some 0.1. So we are going to make it 4.25, and then we'll add 0.28. This is it. So from here we are going to join from this line. We are going to join from this point to this. And that will be for our breast darts. Okay, so then from here we are going to have 1 inch. We are going to measure 1 inch here, so half inch here, half inch here, and we are going to join this to 8. I'm going to come here and measure 2 inches from here, and then I'll join it from that. Okay, so I joined it to this. So you can join it to this, or you can join it at the 2 inches. So either you use the 2 inches here, or you join it to the point. Do you get it? But I would advise that you use the 2 inches, measure 2 inches here, and then join it at this. Now, when you sew this, when you hold this, it's going to reduce the down. So you add this 1 inch to the down here. Okay, it's just the front, so not the back. The back is not part. So the 1 inch here, you add it, and then you are going to join it to this. And so you place your ruler this way. So this is it. And so when you cut here for the front. Do you get it? And so this is it. So the breast dart is just for the front and not the back. Do you get it? So this is how you draw your basic body pattern, including your breast dart, and also how to take the back folding from the zip line. Do you get? So the next thing to do is to cut it out. So I'll cut first the back armhole. Then the shoulder, and I'm going to cut the back neck. Then I'm going to cut the zip side. Then I'll come here and cut so this is it. Now I'll just take this one off, and I'm going to take the back, the down 1 inch. And then the front, I'm going to cut it this way. Then I'm going to cut the front armhole. and then cut the front neck also. And so this is it. And so when you hold this dots, it's going to be equal with it. So when you place this on your fabric, make sure you add allowance to it. Same with the back. So this, if you are placing it on your fabric, you are going to fold the front into two, place it on it, and then cut it. When you open up, you get for front, and then the back the same. The difference is that the back, you divide it into two because of the zip allowance. If you don't know how to place, if you don't know how to fold a fabric and use it for cutting, I have a video there. I'll leave the link there for you to watch. And so this is it for our basic body drafting with breast darts and also with the zip allowance side. Thanks so much for watching. If you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share this video for me. Bye bye.